Well, Johnny, I know every defeat frustrates you, but I'm sure that one was more frustrating than others.
Yeah, it was. Obviously, it's a game we shouldn't lose. It's a game we dominated in the main. Obviously, most of the territory possession, got into some unbelievably good areas. Got a lot of crosses into the box, a lot of shots on goal, but only one goal to show for it, and sort of give away probably two avoidable ones today. One from a set piece, one from sort of a counter from another set piece. So sucker punched at one end and not put the finishing touches at the other end. So that's the tale of the game really, and it's cost us tonight.
17 shots and only 2 on target. Is hard to sort of put your finger on where we're not getting that last bit right?
Well, it's easy to put your finger on. We're not getting the right finish. We're not taking those opportunities. So that's a real frustration, because if we wasn't getting to those areas, then you'd have to be looking at how you're playing, different ways of doing it. But we're getting to some unbelievable areas as a team. Working the ball really well, putting the opposition under huge pressure. But the last bit is obviously scoring the goal. So is that making the right runs? Is that the right types of finish? That's the bit that we're obviously talking about a lot, and not just tonight. We've been talking about that. I think last couple of games we've been getting loads of bodies in the box and spoke a lot about the types of runs that we're making. But you got to have the finish as well, and so. Obviously, that's the really frustrating bit tonight, is because we've done more than enough there to win the game, but we haven't. We've lost, so we have to take that on the chin tonight, and we have to stick together as a group. We have to continue to work hard. Right, it's a 10-game season now. It's a 10-game season, and we're in a great position. So, as much as this hurts tonight, the group in there, they're really hurting, because they know that we're doing loads of things well, but they know what's missing, and they're keen to put it right. So how do you do that? You get back on the training pitch Thursday, Friday, and you keep practicing, and you keep sticking together as a group and staying upbeat. So Saturday we was on top of the world. Tuesday we're down in the dumps, but Saturday will roll around before we know it, and we have to be ready for that one.
Obviously, as a player yourself, you got promoted out of League 2. Do you sort of draw on your experience of that to perhaps give advice to some of the younger players within the group, and even some of the senior ones?
I don't talk about what I done. It's about the players in there, and all I know is that they're a great group of lads. I've got so much faith in them and their abilities, and they've come an unbelievably long way as a group, and they're giving absolutely everything. So I'm not going to criticise them for that. There's bits that we need to do, like i.e. the finishing. We can't give away 2 goals at home, because that means you've got to get 3, and that makes your job a lot harder. So, but we've got the best defence in the league, so I'm going to start sort of putting too much stick on that. So that was tonight. We got sucker punched twice. But it's a game. Listen, it's a game we should win. So they're the things that I have to look at. Saturday's another game that we can win, but we have to prepare right. We have to be ready. And 10-game season. So there's no reason. Tonight hurts, and it's not the result that we wanted. But there's no reason we can't still achieve what we set out for.
Absolutely. And then just lastly, do you expect Ryan Johnson, Miles Hippolyte, and maybe even James Ball to be back soon? Maybe Ryan sooner than the other 2 potentially. Yeah.
Jono hopefully should be available for the weekend. We actually done a little bit of light training yesterday, but it would have been a big risk to throw him back in, just in case he re-damaged his shoulder. So we need to make sure that he gets another couple of training sessions, and then obviously we'll look at that. And Miles and Bally are training now, so it's just about building them up, getting the right bulk of training in, which they're pretty much getting to now. So we obviously have to make a call on them, but there's 18 places up for grabs and probably sort of 24 players to choose from. So that's the difficult bit. But you have to do your talking on the pitch. Whether you start or whether you come on, you have to do your talking on the pitch. and obviously we made changes tonight to try and affect it, but we didn't. So we all have to take that one. We all have to take shoulder responsibility for that tonight. All of us, myself obviously, and just try and find a way to be better on Saturday.
Johnny, thanks for your time.
All right, cheers.